Intro music to our show.
He held him up and he held him from the heart of the
All right, Lance. Looks like we're live. We're live on Blog Talk. We're live on Facebook. So we're into it now.
All right, man. Cool.
We're running a few minutes late. We had some technical difficulties. By that, I mean I forgot. But we're live and ready to go.
Cool deal, man. All right. Well, so this week, I was visiting with Matt Walker this morning. I'm going to start out there, and the points is a little skewed on the in KCBS. And so I was like, you and I were talking yesterday. I was like, well, you need two more to max it out. And he said, nope. He said, I need one more to max it out.
Really?
I said, well, that's not what's on there. And so he went in there and told me, and sure enough, I mean, he is correct. So you go on to barbecue data. Remember they went and cooked in Phoenix?
Yes.
Right before January 1st. That is not showing up in the points.
Oh, yeah, because that was the first one of the new year.
That was the first one of the new year, but it's not, since it was still 2018, they're not showing it in the 2019 team of the year. So he needs 6 points to max his bad boy out. You realize this is July, man.
That's right. So I told you the last time Travis did it, he did it August 4th weekend when I was in, I went and cooked in Colorado. Alamosa, and he pulled it off that weekend. That was his 10. So max it out. So if Matt can beat that, he would be the first guy. He'd be the fastest guy to max it out. Travis was the first. He'd be the fastest.
Right. And, Boomerang he's got 3 contests. I guess technically that weekend that we're talking about, he could tie Travis on that deal. But if he pulls it off for the next 2 weeks, he nails it. He done it.
Yep, the absolute fastest. That's kind of cool to think about. A West Texas guy going to max it out. And like I said, if he can max it out and he can do it in the next 3 weeks, and he's on a roll, so we'll see what happens.
Well, not only that, but so that gives him that would give him 11 grand. I'm sorry, it gives him 11 grand too. So sure. That also puts a little pressure the other way too.
Yep, that's pretty cool, and that should and you can have up to 12 for the Smithfield thing. So if he's working on the Smithfield points, that'll
he's number one.
Yeah, I know, but you can have up to 12. So I don't know what I read once, but I don't remember what their multiplier for teams is. So
their multiplier goes out to like 125 teams. So,
okay.
I mean, you'd have to have 12 grands at 125 teams, I think, theoretically, to max that out. That's
okay.
I'm not. It can't happen, but man, that'd be a hard one to do.
Yeah, that would be a hard one to do. My glasses keep damn reflected in the thing, and it's bugging the crap out of me. I can't decide if I want to take them off or if I want to tilt my head down like this to not see my own reflection.
So that's where he's at. Of course, Travis is about 200 behind him, and of course Travis was up in Wisconsin. JD was up in Wisconsin. I think Bobby won it one day. Travis was reserved one day. Boomerang or Buckshot was reserved another day.
Yeah,
I ain't even know that.
0.6 points is the difference between JD and the winner. 0.6 points. A little over half a point.
Yeah. So rolling into that part of it, the other part of this whole cool deal is that I chatted with Steve Smith with Littlefield this morning, find out if they had any kind of a cap or anything on teams. I didn't figure you did, but I wanted to make sure. You know that lot we were in that time wasn't real big,
That's true.
and so I wasn't real sure how he was, how that was rolling, and blah blah blah. So and kids queue, that kind of stuff. So they said they're not limiting it. It is a guaranteed 7,500. On the website, it shows 40 teams for 7,500, but he says guaranteed 7,500. It is Texas State Championship. Of course, like I said, we've got Joe and Jennifer, Rolling Smoke. They're showing up. They've talked to them. Looks like Rick Davis, you and I, JD, I believe, is coming. So, and I hadn't talked to George Valero, but I figured Kit Parton will be there. So they're actually going to be pretty cool. The Texas group of KCBS cooks cooking over in IVCA this weekend. See what happens.
That'll be a good one for sure.
So, yeah, I kind of think that's cool. I'm kind of liking that, and pork's a category. That's a plus. So the other deal that's going on though is that this weekend's kind of it's kind of a shit fest in some ways because we got 3 contests this weekend. We got a contest in Midland, we got a contest in Littlefield, we got a contest in Dumas. I got an email from Dumas this morning. They had 10 teams signed up. Littlefield, 40 plus.
Well, Dumas is paying out 10K guaranteed, is what I was told.
Yes, they are paying out 10K guaranteed.
But if it's not 25 teams, it ain't worth cooking.
That's right. Take it easy on us.
Yeah.
Good old David. Yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird deal there. But yeah, we ordered 2 briskets today. So I got 2 briskets coming in because I didn't know if you had one. So I ordered 2. Hopefully they'll be here Wednesday and they'll be thawed in time. That's the
all right.
But that's what I got going on as far as that end goes. I got ribs and chicken already bought, so I guess I'll have to go buy some pork.
And body chickens and body ribs or pork yet. I guess in reality, I probably have to stay with my pork plan. I guess I need to talk to my girlfriend over in Carlsbad and see if she's going to hook me up this week.
Yeah, you better talk awful sweet after the way you acted last weekend.
I was really nice to her. I thought about throwing her in a swimming pool Sunday morning, but I didn't do it.
I know you should have. What the hell? I
really thought about it. But, we were busy, and she really got. I've never really seen Kim get nervous, but she was really nervous about you run that excavator Sunday morning.
Yeah,
really worried about my back window.
Yeah, you should have been the one nervous. I was the one picking a fuel tank up over your pickup. You should have been the one nervous.
Oh, yeah. Hell, I guess it happens. It happens, but.
Well, you already got some hail damage you got to claim, so
I got hail damage and all that, so it's all good.
Well, did you put any gas in your diesel? Diesel in your diesel tank?
I did.
Is it working?
Well, I had a full tank when I pulled into Plainview, Texas. That's a first.
Awesome.
So,
No
So,
leaks, no nothing like that.
didn't say anything. I turned the valve off. I was going to watch it, but I turned it off last night. But I didn't see anything yesterday. Everything looked okay. And like I said, it must have been going in because I usually, it usually comes off the full from Wolfworth to Plainview, so it didn't move. So I'm assuming it's good.
Bud said he'd have stayed around to watch you throw Kim in the pool.
Yeah, well, I really thought about it.
Well, so we're going to pick Littlefield. They got 10 teams in Dumas, and you said there's one going on in Midland or Odessa somewhere?
Yeah, Midland, Odessa. There's another one down there, another IBCA. So I don't know. I know that. So I've heard that Chris Goodman, Chuck Long, Todd Stewart, Solomon, they're all coming to Littlefield. It looked like. I figure my bet is that David Underwood, Manuel, Randy Valentine, who else? All that bunch. Probably Kevin Newton, all them will cook Dumas. Probably the Butlers will cook Dumas, is my bet. They usually cook it. I mean, it's right there by them too. So
Hell, for 10 grand guaranteed, if they only got 10 teams, maybe I need to go to Dumas.
Yeah.
But I can pay for this Royal trip, maybe off of a cook-off. Run up there to Dumas and knock a little one out.
Yeah. Yeah. Last time I cooked it, I was reserved. It wasn't too bad. It was like $1,100.
I seen Kit Polk won post.
He did. I wonder how many teams they had.
Probably about 7. I don't know how many teams they had. I seen Texas Tech cook team or something was reserved. Somebody I never heard of.
Yeah, I heard that too. I don't know what the heck that was about. I heard that. No, Jaime was there. Kit. That's about all I've heard. Rick Davis, I'll cover your fuel.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty funny.
But yeah, that should be a good little cook-off in Littlefield up there. There's going to be a bunch of KCBS West Texas guys cooking a IBCA.
Yep.
So, well, we'll see what happens. Old Rick reserved down there in Shiner. So
yeah. Well, Rick's been on a streak this year. Rick's hard to beat.
I know, you're telling me.
Yeah, I know. I'll say you've reserved behind him a little bit there this year too.
Yeah.
I've taken my whippings too, so
Hell, I've reserved behind everybody this year. I can't damn win a contest. I told you that. I'm like the bridesmaid this year. We're reserve grand champion right here. Get guaranteed reserve or less.
I had that about two or 3 years ago. That's the way I was. I guess I'm pretty safe this weekend, though. There's no water park and there's no bull riding, I don't think. So.
Yeah, well, maybe we got to make another bet, but Tammy told me I wasn't proclaiming stuff enough like I used to, so I just got to put it out there because I need another deal in a jack draw. I need a deal in a jack draw, so I'm just going to go ahead and win grand champion in Littlefield. So y'all just all be prepared for second place. You got it? So I put it out there. I'm winning the grand champion trophy. I got this one covered.
I heard Tim Dickey was judging.
Well, that's all right. We'll force feed his ass.
Yeah, I couldn't resist.
Yeah. But hell, Rick, you've got as many reserves as I do. I think I was up to 5 reserves this year, 4 or 5. We're about in the same boat there.
I just have 1 reserve, so I mean.
Yeah, but you got 2 grands.
Yeah, I'm kind of behind you guys.
Yeah, you got 2 grands on there. But that's all right. Dad got a grand, so we got in the Royal, so we're gonna roll that one for what it's worth and see what happens.
Yeah, I've seen some of Bud Alexander's logic this weekend. He beat me in Fort Stockton. Oh, that's right. I wasn't even in Fort Stockton, but that's how we're playing now. So it don't matter if you're there or not. If you lose, I guess.
I guess so. Hell, I lost a lot then because I wasn't there a lot. So
Hey, it sounds like Daddy Alexander's coming out of retirement. He said he's coming.
I know he told me when he won that grand, he was retiring. I think he got excited about it, changed his mind a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, but that's the plan. We'll be there. We'll see what happens. I got 2 different briskets coming. It's the first weekend of August, Rick. It's usually the first weekend of August.
I'm gonna say, yeah, it should be the weekend of Alamosa. It should be. It should.
They don't cut off the jack until the last. So July 31st, and the following weekend they have the draw.
And they'll draw the international and the shade tree, I believe, like on that Wednesday, and then they'll draw the pro bunch, the U.S. on Friday, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's either Friday or Saturday. I can't remember when it was.
I think it's Friday. I think they do it Friday afternoon.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Well, I guess I'm not cooking Alamosa. I seen they finished. They got full.
Yeah, they're
in time. So that's all right. We'll find somewhere else to go cook. Maybe I need to go back to cooking IBCA so I can actually win a contest. I don't know. This 4 meat crap. Well, maybe I need to go back to 3 meats.
Yeah. So I hadn't heard anything about
I might do that, Rick. If I don't come cook that weekend, I might come hang out with you guys. I love that cook-off. Beautiful park, beautiful grass. Weather's always nice. When I've been there, that's a great cook-off.
I got a cater Friday night, so that's why I didn't sign up. It would have been one of them. I'd have to roll in at 8:00 in the morning kind of deals. Now, I might be able to pull a Travis, but I don't know.
Hey, you've done it before.
That would be the latest. The only thing that bothers me about that whole deal, I mean, as far as 8:00, would be brining chicken. I guess if I had me a vacuum tumbler, I wouldn't be too worried about it.
Well, Scott, the only thing wrong with that is the fact that it says LSBS in it. I refuse to cook most LSBS contests, depending on who the head judge is. If Miss Sharon Bonner is running one, or somebody that's reputable and isn't a crook, I'll go cook them. But if it's any of the rest of that bunch, I'm not cooking a Lone Star cook-off.
Well, the other part about Lone Star right now too is that not that we have anything to worry about, Alexander. I mean, of course, you're still ahead of me, but it's not counting in Smithfield.
I don't think I'm hitting that top 25 in Smithfield this go around. Maybe next year. Who knows?
Yeah, me too. But I'm gonna still give it as much as I can. So
we got a busy couple of weeks coming up here, Lance. Or I do. We got so we're getting prepared for stock show this week. So we're washing pigs every day, lotioning them every day, getting prepared. And then so I got to run up Friday, cook Saturday with you guys, run home. Sunday we got to go take pigs to fair and start setting up at fair, and show pigs on Monday and Tuesday, and then we got to see what happens if we make sale or not. Hopefully, New Mexico is a little different. We can only make sale with one pig, so hopefully, at least one of them makes sale. And then, so if we make sale that next weekend, I was planning on going to Dodge City, but if we make sale, I don't know if I can go to Dodge City. I got to figure all that out. But if not, I got to bring it. If I do go to Dodge City, I got to cook and haul ass because I got to be home by Sunday morning to load pigs up to bring home, or at least a pig. I got to get them out of there Sunday. So I don't know. Dodge City might be off the books for me. We'll just have to play that one by ear and see what happens. So,
well, I hate to hear that in some ways. Other ways, I mean, it knocks one of you tough son of a guns out. So, you know, I might make it to like 12th place overall that weekend.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah, we're talking to the goddamn pork champion. He thinks.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, we may need to talk about that actually, because I may need to. I may need you to bring me 6 butts this weekend. Actually,
Okay.
I'll need 4 for next weekend because if you're not showing up, I don't want to have to make another trip to Hobbs or to Carlsbad.
Okay. Well,
So
I'll see what I can do.
do what?
Yeah, we can do that.
So, because I really hate to mess up that program that I got going on, you know, with my cheap pork.
Commodity pork. We can't afford that good stuff.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm cooking a select brisket, commodity pork, and Tyson chickens this weekend.
Okay. Yeah, I'm buying parts of this, but not all of it.
It is a hand-selected brisket. I'm buying a select brisket, hand-selected.
Oh, did you now?
I bought 2 of them.
Ooh, well, that's the Rick Davis deal right there. I believe I'm correct. Bullshit. Hey, Boone's in the house.
I told you where I was buying them from.
So, well, I know when you said what you said, I know where they're coming from.
So we're gonna see how they run, see what happens.
All right. Well, so let's bring up. Oh, let me bring you one. Oh, hey, you know that's right there. You know what, Boone, bring me a brisket. That's a guaranteed win right there. Just ask Tuffy Stone and Myron Nixon. Always handpicked. I knew it.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about. I don't know the exact thread per se, but so I noticed that of course there's been a lot of stuff going on. So old Sawbones, Judge Sawbones of KCBS has been I guess he's been following the board pretty close and been posting different deals and about some judging and things like that. But there was another guy that posted a thread that kind of blew up the other night that talking about the number of contests going down, the contest struggling, blah blah blah, and you know, I read down through a bunch of that. There was you know there were some valid points. Some sponsorships got brought up. Someone was talking about doing away with brisket. That had been a subject with the board in KCBS. But I'll tell you the one that hurt the worst. And I'm still not quite recovered over it. So Travis Clark said something about someone messaged him about this whole deal, and apparently, you know, Travis, good old Travis, he looked that team up, and they had a 660 average in KCBS. And Travis, he just put it out there, man. He said, you know, you got a 660 average. There's about 20 things you can do better than what you're doing right now. You know, meat and and other those is not your issue. And
Yeah.
you know, and even though I don't have a 660 average, I mean, I just
That's about what I run, Lance.
oh my ass, it is.
Oh,
You're about a 685. I'm about 10 points behind you.
that's about what I run, a 660 average.
I'm saying Walker's running like a 690, 693, 695. But, you know, what a lot of these guys don't understand is, I mean, it has. I mean, has it gotten tougher? Has it gotten more expensive? Yes. The toughness is because it's like any other sport. It's competitiveness. And as that competitiveness, everybody's looking for an edge. If it's a piece of meat, always hand picked, right, Rick Davis, or a sauce that's good that no one else knows about, or some commodity pork from a local place in New Mexico, probably coming right out of the glue factory. It's probably horse meat, really, but
Horse meat 2019, as Greg Rempe would say.
so like I said, there are. I mean, everybody's looking for that slight edge, and that's really what it is. I mean, that's what it's amounting to. It's like Walker was telling me about this weekend. The team that reserved had 4 calls, and Matt didn't get a call in pork, and he thought he was out. Then he 180 to his brisket, and sure enough, he got him by like a point and a half. So a 706 to 704, and he said the reserve guy come over, and he's like, man, that's tough. And Walker's like, man, good job, and it's just one of them deals. The way the card fell. I mean,
Right.
It's not that he did anything wrong or anything like that. I mean, at that point there, I mean, that kind of comes down to a judging thing, I think. I mean, you put your best product out there. Your product was good. You did your job, and that's what people got to understand. I mean, barbecue is a lot like it's like a rough stock and rodeo. People don't realize that, but half those points are for the guy riding. The other half is for the animal. So it's not all on one side, and I mean that's kind of the same bill. So we can say that even in barbecue. Let's say that's how that falls. I mean, you do your job, you do it right, you hit your marks, you've done your part. Then you go into the judging part of it, and I mean, do they do their part? Some days they do, some days they don't. So that really is a partnership in a lot of ways in what we do. It's not all on the cook. Now if the cook don't do what he's supposed to do. Oh, Rick Davis is 680. I don't know about that. I got to look that one up.
That's probably me. I think that's my average. See,
that's yours. I'm going to Texas.
I told you it was low.
No, baloney. Well, you're still better than me. If it is a 680, you're still better than I am.
All right, that's all right. I'm on barbecue data right now. We're gonna look it up.
Yeah, I am too. I love this site.
If anybody doesn't know about barbecue data, it is the best damn website ever.
Yes, it is. It is a great website. And, if people, of course, I mean, right now, unless you're, let's see, Boomerang, Buckshot, that's showing up now. So Boomerang and Buckshot, they're both KCBS IBCA teams on Texas barbecue or on barbecue data. And but West Texas Pitmaster he's just a KCBS cook according to here.
Hey, that's all right. See, this is why Rick Davis beats me. See, that's his average.
That's his 684. Wow.
See, mine's 680.
Mine is let me look it up. I'm pretty sure it's like a 674 or something like that. Mine is a 673. I even suck even worse. But if you round it up, it's a 673.6. So I'm gonna call it 674. Now a pork score. Now that may be slightly impressive. It's a 175.3.
Yep, 673.6248.
Yep, that's me. But now my pork score is pretty good. It's about the best I can do.
Yeah, your pork score is pretty damn ridiculous. That's so my average. Let's see, where do you figure this out? 2019. So my pork average is a 175.
Oh, you're right there with me.
175.3296.
Oh, you may have got me then. Like you got me. Damn.
Really? What's yours?
Let's see. Mine is a 175.32.
See, that's your team I was looking at. Son of a bitch.
Oh,
I was giving myself here. My pork average is 171.1894.
I'm like, man, I think you got me beat.
Yeah, 171.1894. I was looking at the wrong team. Chicken average is a 170, ribs is a 168, and brisket's a 170. So everything's 170 plus except for ribs this year.
Well, let's see. I didn't look at my ribs is my next best category, and I don't know what it is. It's I'm a 168, chicken's a 164, brisket's a 165. So I've cooked 6 contests this year, so I'll take it.
LJ is a 170, 171, 172, 172. So look as good as that dude's doing. He's averaging 170s across the board.
Look at Boomerang. What's his average?
174, 173, 172, 172.
Wow.
So he's about 3 points, 2 to 3 points average per category higher than I am. But if you figure that 2 points, I'm higher on pork than he is, but 2 points a category, that's an extra 6 points. So that makes a hell of a difference.
Yes, sir, it does. Yeah. That equates almost to about 40 points for me. 171. What's that in, Rick?
That was your average. So he was talking about my pork when I was trying to claim yours.
Oh,
See,
okay.
I was trying to look better and get your pork score there. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I suck at the rest of it, but at least I got something to talk about.
That's why I love pork, or love that barbecue data website. You can look up any team, see what they're doing, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's especially if and that was another big deal that got brought up in that whole thread about guys chasing points and stuff like that. But I mean, hell, I mean, I love to cook, and I mean, I do it because I like to cook, but at the same time, I'm competitive. I mean, if I'm not going to be competitive, I ain't going to do it.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. What's the point of going and doing this if you ain't trying to win? I mean, that's.
But I mean, as far as and that's another big deal. Is there's been a lot of talk about and me and the president of IBCA got into this discussion here the other day. He's like, he's like, well, you're doing it for the money, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing it for the money, buddy. I mean, I'm knocking it out. No, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I love to cook. And the other part about that is my family gets to come. They get to involved in it. My daughter gets to cook. I love the fellowship with all of our bunch. And like I said, I mean, it does. It feeds my competitiveness on that other end of it too. So there are several aspects about it. But is it about the money? No. But the money, don't get me wrong. I mean, the money's nice. I mean, that's what keeps it going.
Hell, Lance, I drive right past a $10,000 payout cook that only has 10 teams to go cook against 50 or 100 with no guaranteed payout.
I agree.
But that's just me. Or at least if they have 25, I'm going to be there.
Oh
We
yeah.
tend to do better in bigger fields, and I ain't quite figured that one out yet. But you can look back at our trends. It seems like the bigger the field is, the better we do.
Oh,
And
I'm the same way.
the life of me, I can't figure that one out.
But
You know?
well, here's the reason though, and this is what I believe in that situation right there. And I mean, we may get some other guys comment on that, but I believe that it comes from being a consistent cook. So when you're a consistent cook, going into those bigger fields, those other guys they hit a category or two. But when you're hitting multiple, you're hitting two or three categories in those big cooks. That's life changing. They might hit a category in a big cook, but they don't do anything for you. So that to me that does kind of come back to rewarding the most consistent guys in those bigger cooks.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to us like 50 plus is where we strive at.
They used to be a place I used to win grands. I mean, this year's been a little different. I've actually pulled it off in a couple of smaller ones. But yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I've gone into contests with 25 teams and had 3/3 and lose.
Right.
So yeah, I like cooking the big ones too. Always have. I mean,
Yeah, some guys get scared of those, and to me, I mean, hell, we looked back the other day, Lance. I think Artesia. You know what? I got barbecue data up. Let's go look. 2014 Artesia was my first KCBS contest ever. We got 7th place overall. We had a 680, and there was 60 teams there.
Yeah.
That was the first KCBS I ever cooked.
But that right there too. I mean, nothing taken away from that is that that's something else we're walking around talking about today is that back in the day when I first started cooking KCBS back in 2012 was when my first ones were. Hell, I've seen guys win contests at 680.
That's
and hell, 680 won't even knock you into the top 10.
Yeah, it seems like that Northeast up there they have
Lower scores.
lower scores. I ain't quite figured that one out yet. But when you see the contest coming out of the Northeast, they have lower scores.
No, you're right, Rick. Absolutely. I mean, like I said, the more consistent cooks on that, and the better you are on that end of it. I think you're right. I mean, I think you get rewarded in that, for the most part. I mean, there's, then there are them days where, you're at some of those cook-offs where they got 2-hour turn-ins, and I don't know. At that point, I have a little different beliefs about things. When you got 2.5 hour turn-ins, man, I don't know. I guess that truly does say it. I mean, good food will rise because it damn sure cold. It's like eating lunch meat.
Yeah, who wants to eat 2-hour-old chicken? Not me. The brisket, yeah, that probably wouldn't bother me. Even the ribs, I'd be all right with. But who wants to eat 2-hour-old damn chicken? That's the most ridiculous crap. That can't be food safe. I don't know how they get away with that. I mean, that chicken's going to be, 80 degrees by the time they eat it, 70 degrees. Well, depending on what the temperature outside is.
Yeah.
But, you're supposed to hold food above, 140.
Yep.
So.
I don't know. I mean, that's parts of that. I mean, I'm not, saying yay or nay, but, to me, there are some changes in that part about it.
Well,
the turn-ins.
I got an idea.
Right.
Now this is spur of the cuff, right here. We're just getting it. How about we get together and nominate Lance Moore for president of IBCA?
No.
No. Hell no.
Hear my wife?
You don't hear me say that very often. Hell no.
Damn, you got my wife all right.
How about we nominate Rick Davis for president then?
Well, we already got him doing something else. We don't want to do that.
How about we nominate J.D. Henley, president of IBCA?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, let's nominate J.D. See if he'll take it.
Let's see if Carrie's listening. Yeah, Rick Davis ass.
I think we should nominate Lance for president. That'd be a good one right there.
Hell no.
What's up, Solomon? How are you, dude? Hey, congrats on your reserve grand, Solomon. We ain't talked about that yet, but I'll just go ahead and talk about it real quick while we got it up. Paul Whitaker granted Cook's Garage Holly's Hope cook-off this weekend, and Solomon reserved it. And looked like there was a bunch of good cooks up there. So that's cool. And I guess Craig Sherry was too scared to cook. He drove all the way up there not to cook. I don't know. He didn't get a call if he cooked. I guess he was too scared to cook or something. But because
I invited him to cook Littlefield.
Yeah, probably because it had pork. He was scared of it.
Well, putting on a class, and that he's going to cover IBCA KCBS the same, right?
Well, maybe we should invite him on last week to talk about why he was scared to cook pork in Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah, well,
I'll send him an invite. I'll do it here as soon as we get off.
All right.
He wants to come on and talk about why he's scared to cook pork in Lubbock, Texas. Why he's covering pork in a barbecue class when he doesn't like pork. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'm saying, he said KCBS and IBCA, so
he got mad at us for not, inviting him on the show earlier in the year. So
yep.
We might as well invite him on and let him come talk about why he was scared to cook.
Well, there we go.
Hell, you damn fly 10 hours or fly a few hours or drive 10 hours, you think you'd show up to cook.
I agree. So,
that's only if you don't plan on cooking the Royal.
Yes, Rick Davis, you are correct about that. I seen that. I kind of chuckled about that. So, I guess is that a way out to have a damn class the weekend of the Royal? That's yeah, I didn't put it out there. Rick Davis did. So I don't know.
I'll put it out there. Well, if if you're scared of pork, I wouldn't want to cook the roll either.
Well, there's that. So, to each their own. Some guys.
The part is, I actually like Craig Sherry.
I do too.
But nobody repeat that. I actually like Craig, but let's get him. Let's try to get him on next week, so we're just not talking shit to ourselves, and we can talk shit to Craig and see what his responses are.
Well, there you go.
So let's shoot for that, guys. I'm gonna shoot for that. I'm gonna put it out. I'll put it on Facebook. I'll publicly invite him on Facebook here in just a few minutes. See if he wants to come on and talk about why he was scared to cook pork in Lubbock. So
there you go. So I know there have been a couple of nominations out there. It looks like they accepted. Leanne Lemons has accepted to run for president. Kevin Miller. I think that I've seen that Ernest Cervantes is running for vice president.
Yes, sir.
Ronnie Torino's running for board at large. I just a couple of them off the top of my head that I've seen. I think Rose Samola, I probably butchered her name, but she's going to run for secretary, I believe, or treasurer. Maybe it's treasurer.
Yeah, I think Dawn was running for secretary. One of the three also. So
now I will say this, and this is one of those situations where I never have, and I know that this has gone on for a long time, but I don't think that husband and wife should be on the same board. I don't think that, and I've said it and I'll say it again, I'm saying it publicly. I don't think if you're a head judge, your husband ought to be cooking in a contest so that you're judging. Just my opinion. Not that I'm saying anybody's cheating or anything like that. I just don't think it's a good reflection on the organization. That's what I mean by that. I just don't think that looks right. Yeah, Fred Rolls would make a good president. Hey, nominate him, Rick. That'd be good.
I would agree with that. I think Fred would make a great president.
Yeah, Fred might make, hashtag make pork great again.
Oh yeah, he actually knows how to cook pork and likes it.
That could be his hashtag he ran on.
Yeah,
I'd give it to him. Since I am the creator of that hashtag. Make pork great again.
Okay, so it says President Leanne Lemon, which I don't know Leanne. I've never met her.
She's an executive head judge. She's not a bad person.
Kevin Miller. I think a lot of Kevin. Nice guy. Works hard for the board. I think a lot of Kevin. Vice President, we got Terry Blunt, Robin Myers, and Ernest Cervantes. I think I know Robin, but I have to really think. I like Terry, and y'all know how I feel about Ernest. He was one of my mentors getting into this game, and I really like Ernest. Secretary, we got Dawn Mason. Dawn's been on the board for a while. Nice lady. We got Dawn. Treasurer, Laura Blunt.
Well, that's correct. I forgot about that.
And then for Director at Large, you got Roddy, Maria Henry, Denny Helms, and Daryl Merrick. I know Danny. He's he's a super nice guy. I like Roddy. I don't know Maria or Daryl. I don't think.
You know Merritt.
Do I?
Yep, he's the one that's got the Texas Tech sign on the side of his trailer, like when we were in Brownfield.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I do know that guy.
So he's a West Texas guy. I guess he's a West Texas guy. He shows up in a different region, in points.
Okay.
But he's been cooking out here quite a bit. So I thought he was like living in Lubbock. But he shows up like in Region 2 or Region 3 or some nonsense in a point system.
Well, maybe I should nominate Lance for secretary then.
No.
Would you accept the nomination if I put it in? See, that's the answer that's the question I should ask.
Negative.
Damn. Man, you're going to have a swimming pool. My wife keeps it up, sounds like.
All right. Christy, I'm paying for your membership. I'm going to nominate you.
Negative.
Damn.
Well.
So, yeah.
I guess y'all could nominate me, but I wouldn't accept it. But you could nominate me.
Well.
All right. Well, Lance, we kind of went through the IBCA stuff there. What else is going on?
Well, like I said, there's some of that KCBS stuff that's going on. And I don't know. I've heard some about that. Like I said, I've been saying it for a while. And not just necessarily KCBS, but I've seen it. We've seen it in Region 5 and IBCA also. Cook-offs are declining. Numbers are down. Like I said, some people say it's because of all the costs. The cost has changed a little bit, but I don't know that it's changed. In KCBS, an entry fee's been $250 since I started cooking. IBCA, yeah. When I started cooking, a lot of them were $100, $75 to $125. Another one of those deals that, Craig and I had a conversation about on this deal was that, pork. I said it's another revenue stream. He said, how do you do that? I was like, well, you charge more for the entry fee. Well, hell, most of them are charging $200 anymore. So I mean, that's got to change things. But same way. I mean, in KCBS, I mean, entry fees historically since I've been cooking been $250. I've paid that for years cooking in Kansas City. Really about the only thing that has changed in my program would be brisket.
Yeah, brisket's going up, but I've been cooking Wagyus for a while.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, that's about the only thing from when I started cooking in 2012 till now in KCBS. That's really about the only difference in meat for me that has changed much. And that's not a. I mean, it is a bit of a hit, but I mean, it's not like life ending. Fuel's actually down, so that part of it's down a little bit. There were a couple of years in there where we're paying $4 a gallon for diesel. So, that's so I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, I mean, it has changed a little bit. I think more than anything, it's just the competitiveness, man. It's like anything else. Everybody's looking for that slight edge.
Oh yeah, it's got way more competitive.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of it. And I mean, so the guys that don't do well, I mean, it's the same old deal. The guys that are not doing well, they're getting their teeth kicked in every week. Yeah, they're probably dropping out. They're not jumping out there and trying to run with the Boomerangs and the Travis Clarks and the Rick Davises and all that bunch. But that's how I like to cook. I mean, I like cooking against the good. I always have.
Yeah, well, if you're not going to try to go out and win, what's the point in doing it? So, I also wanted to throw out congrats to Paul Whitaker for winning that cook-off this weekend.
Like 28 points.
Yeah, Paul has became really consistent and a really good cook. Paul has done a hell of a job.
Yep.
Congrats to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, I mean, there's a big group. I mean, a lot of them are doing it. And I mean, they're stepping up. But it's the same deal. I mean, them guys are cooking 35, 40 contests a year, too.
Yep, that's true.
So, there's that other part about it. Of course, once again, not just saying if you're just cooking contests, but I mean, if you're a good cook and you cook that many contests, it's like anything else. It's like bowling. If you're a good bowler and you're going out there and you're doing it 50 weeks out of the year, you're going to be a better bowler. You're going to be a better baseball player. You're going to be a better basketball player. I don't care what it is. Practice is practice. Playing is playing. That's why I said that about pork. I don't care if I'm cooking KCBS or IBCA or whatever. Cooking pork's cooking pork. And everybody says, well, it's not the same crap. Well, all right, yeah, we're doing different things with it, but it's still the same thing. It's still the same muscle, it's still the same pork butt, blah, 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 blah. I'm running the same sauce. I'm running the same seasoning. I'm doing the same thing with it. So, I guess we'll see how that goes this weekend. This will be my first time to cook pork all year in the IBCA.
Okay, well, I'll put it out there on Facebook. I invited Craig to come on next week.
Okay.
I said, come on the show next Monday. We can discuss why you hate pork, elections, new scoring system, etc.
All right.
So it's out there. It's live. He can't say we didn't invite him on to defend himself. We're out there. We're live. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely.
Yep. But what else is going on, Lance? Can you entertain the crowd for a few minutes?
You
I
going
need
to
to run outside for about 60 seconds.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm an entertaining person, man. So, all right. Well, we talked a little bit about all that stuff. Like I said, it's competition week. Next couple weeks for us. I'm looking forward to it. We'd like to get out there and compete. We'd like to run. Hopefully we'll get Lexi in competing this week. She gets back in time from she's at FFA state convention, so if she gets back in time and is rested up, then we're gonna roll in. She's gonna, we'll roll in hot like we normally do with her, probably, and so. But it's all good. But looking forward to it. Looking forward to cooking some cobbler in Littlefield. I think that'll be fun. So yeah, I mean, looking forward to seeing a bunch of the guys, and I think it's kind of a cool deal. All the KCBS guys are showing up to come over here and cook, especially since it's a pork. Pork is a category this weekend. Matter of fact, I know 2 out of the 3 of them are cooking pork this weekend. Dumas always does pork. So Holly's Hope did pork last weekend. I know that Breast Fest in 2 weeks they're cooking pork. So there's several pork cook-offs going on the next few weeks. And I don't know. Maybe everybody does. I know we get accused of it a lot. Maybe everybody's using it for points. I don't think that's quite the case. I don't think that was the case for Aaron Leslie. I hadn't looked up his scores for the year. But I don't think pork played a major role in him being second overall in the IBCA. Maybe it did. I don't think it did. I know it didn't at the last contest that he cooked because he didn't do squat in pork. I think he got 1 point out of it. So it wasn't even a factor. But like I said, I mean, the next, I say the next few weeks. To be honest with you, the next probably 4 or 5 contests that we have will all have pork in them in West Texas. Tyler Moss, what case biscuit? It's a surprise, Boone. You better bring a lot of Boone Hill, buddy. But it's going to be fun, man. So we know that we got Rick Davis. Tyler, we got Rick Davis coming. We've got, that's Texas Barbecue. You got Buckshot. Buckshot's coming. Joe and Jennifer Webster are coming. Rolling Smoke. I'm assuming Kit Parton will be there. Hopefully, I hadn't talked to George Valero, but I'm assuming probably George will be there. Matt, Alexander, me, that I know of. And I mean, there may be some other guys. That's just the ones that we've talked and everybody's coming. So we're going to have some fun. So maybe you boys will teach us how to cook something.
For sure, Lance. Well, we've been running right at an hour, Lance. I really need to weigh pigs and do all kinds of crap tonight. You want to cut it short or you want to keep going?
No, I'm good, man. We can cut it. I'll go to dinner with my wife. So
awesome. That sounds wonderful to me. Everybody, hey, and if y'all got somebody you want to see on the show, comment, let us know. Let's talk about it. If y'all want to see somebody,
actually, Chris and I are gonna go have a meeting and discuss about nominating you for president.
Well, you can nominate me for treasurer or secretary, but I don't think I want to be president, Lance.
We think that
I got Dude, my plate is full. You know what the hell my life's doing right now?
Hey,
My
we're
plate
gonna
is
call it
full.
Alexander. We're gonna call you Alexander the Great.
Yeah. Let's nominate Bud. There we go.
Alexander the Great, president.
Bud
For
for president.
There you
All
go.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out to everybody that helps us keep going down the road. We
Absolutely.
got Meat Church. We got Green Mountain.
There's barbecue, sweet smoke Q.
Yep. La Tienda, Albertsons, HEB.
Walmart, man, Walmart.
Yeah, one of these days we'll have one of those good sponsors like that. But hey, man, thanks everybody. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Shoot us any questions, comments. If you got interesting guests you want to see, shoot them to us. We'll try to book them, guys. I know I talk a lot of trash, but seriously, if you got guests you want to see, we'll try to bring them on. We'll try to get we're not going to be nice to them. We're going to hit them with hard questions. We'll see if they take it, and we'll go from there. Appreciate you guys.
All right, man. Have a good week, everybody. See y'all Friday.
Later.